What is the difference between today's mob and back in you guys' time?
Oh, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
No comparison between the two. We grew up with men that we thought were honorable, men of honor. It was a different lifestyle. They were well respected in the neighborhoods. Today, it's different. They're recruiting people, young guys, say into Locos and Nostra, that don't know the life, that weren't groomed properly. And this is why the life is just diminishing and going away. See, you have to understand, Sam, human nature is we were created to belong to something.
Mm.
We love to belong to something, whether it's Cosa Nostra, a biker club, these gangs that are out there, MS gangs, whatever's out there right now, Mexican mafia. Why do they want to do that? It's in our nature to do that. So they're allured by that. The allure of it, before I stutter, of that life and making money and maybe being able to better yourself, they believe it. They believe the lie. So there's always going to be that element there. And people are always going to want to be involved.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
true.
very, very well said. The grooming, the education, it's not there anymore. And I saw that happening while I was in. It got much younger from guys I was taking orders from, like Greg, Scappy, and these older guys that were around for many, many years. Next thing I know, a guy that's a little older than me, that was around not much longer than me, is the consigliere. It just got very, very young. And somebody used the word nepotism, which is a very good thing too. It got to where, if you're a family member, I make this guy, he doesn't have to earn his way anymore, and then it was tarnished. If you had to earn your way to that button, it meant something. Now they're giving them out, so.
Just to have numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different. Yeah. I can
Yeah.
see that, and with the cameras and everything, I mean, you're constantly being watched. You can't get away with, fucking probably 90% of the shit you guys are doing back then.
Yep. Imagine having to strip down to go into a ceremony to get straightened out.
Yeah.
How embarrassing is that? But they got to do this now. Last time I heard, this is what they're doing. They're patting somebody down. What a disgusting way to have to live.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to take a chance like that, why even do it? If I got to have someone to take off their clothes, I just wouldn't go meet them.
Well, look at what just happened in Philly in 2015.
I know.
Room full of guys, one of them had a wire on them.
Yeah.
One of them was
that's why
had
then.
a wire on them. You just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Genovese, like I know the story Larry's talking about, are very careful. When I got married, we had to put all our phones and electronics in the bathroom, shut the door. No one could hear nothing. But listen, you can't pat. Why am I going to take a guy in if I got to pat him down, Larry? What am I?
No, exactly.
What am I doing?
Have cell phones at the time. I go back a little before you. We didn't have cell phones. We had beepers. So.
Yeah.
But we used to unplug the phones in the hotel room, so the lines are disconnected. They can't disconnect the receiver.
We took every precaution.
Did any of you guys know each other back in the day? You three?
No.
Paulie was in my crew.
Well, I mean, yeah, you and Paulie did. I mean, but with Larry, I mean, did you guys ever know each other?
Larry was before me.
Oh, okay.
No, but we, I wish I would have. It would have been nice.
We would have had a lot more fun, I think.
I could have came up to Boston and got out of harm's way for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
I got all the best hiding places.
So did families there was the 5 families, did they have, okay, so was there beef, on site if they would see each other, or was it really violent unless there was a war going on, or, or did they get along fairly well for the most part during your guys' time?
They all got along with commission rules and everything. They had to all over the country. That's how it was.
Okay.
But when there's a war, there's a war.
And that's
and typically the wars are very rarely between families. It's usually one family fighting themselves. The Gambinos aren't fighting the Colombos. That's not really going to happen. But the power struggle from within one family where the other family's got to mind their business. That's what happened to us. So And you guys too, Bobby and his crew.
Yeah,
Up there.
it happened up here. It happened in Philadelphia.
You fight your own circle.
Damn. Yeah, so they kind of like split apart half and half, and then just
and,
kind of played
and
out.
the funny thing is, like the other families, they're supposed to stop or do something to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I'll never forget it. They said that the first side to shoot, the rest of the family is going to go against them. They shot at us first. Everybody put their hands up. We're not involved. We're neutral.
I was with that crew.
It's like ridiculous.
Well, up here there was the old and new faction. We were the new faction, and we were fighting the old faction. And some of the guys our age were still with the old faction. So it got a little crazy up here for a little while. You know, when Joey took over Philadelphia, he had his little faction, and he pushed his way through because in the 90s when we come up, and Larry will tell you, the old timers were gone.
Yeah.
All the guys I looked up and respected in the street, they were all gone. Same in Philly. And like Larry was telling you, you know, the bosses were getting younger. You know, it wasn't that old school anymore. Now we're Americana. We're too many generations away, you know, from our people. And we're Americans now. And this is how we wanted to start living.
Yeah.
I loved it when it was in the newspaper, Larry. I ain't going to lie to you. I had beautiful cars, houses, clothes. I wanted everybody to know who I was.
I hate when he says that.
Do that 40 years ago. They put you in a trunk. Right around. I mean, this is...
When you're in the newspaper, that's usually the end. Remember I said that? I said, stop talking with the newspaper
the end was
every
going to
day.
come anyway. Every day we thought...
ends,
I was hoping to live till 40. It was going to be live till 40. We're in a war. Or life in prison was one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't like the life in prison part, so I took another direction.
Well, okay. What was your favorite part?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What was all three of your guys' favorite part, you know, of the life then?
Me, it was like I said, like the glamour part of it.
Right. What about you, Paulie?
Probably the same thing, the glamour, just showing up, like he says, the red ropes opening up, and call your friend who owns a limo company, and you go out in a nightclub, you got a 12-person limo that you didn't even rent, that somebody else is paying for, to get picked up at a prom or an airport or something, and they're driving you all over Boston, and we had a lot of good times.
Oh, like with me, if I want, there were regular clubs that we hung with our people,
Yeah.
So if I pull up, 5 guys try to park my car because they know the tip they're going to get. They have a table set up for me. They go on restaurants, have my own table.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like that. It is like that. Not to the extent it was in New York, because New York's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But we still had our thing here in Boston too. And it was something.
Yeah.
Wasn't
you feel
there
like it's something? You
Yeah.
climb the ladder. You feel I can't explain it. We're like our own little celebrities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I was gonna say because go ahead, Larry.
No. So I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I watched yours and Larry's live. Maybe you guys did a year ago. You were talking about, kind of the celebrity thing. Joe Pesci was in your table, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Now look, he's behind me. He's probably
he's right there too.
Right. But I'm in the neighborhood, and he was shooting a film that Back to School.
Back to School when he was the bum at Harvard.
Yeah, when he was the bum at Harvard. And so he was going down to the coffee shop I hung with every night with Jerry, the owner. And they would shut that section off, and I couldn't sit at my table. I had to sit in the back and look in and see this fucking guy sitting at my table. And it used to piss me off. So one night I go out, and he comes out, he's smoking a cigar. So the first thing I did was dirty look him. I wanted to fight him. Usually it's Joe Pesci. You want to say hi, whatever. I was, look at this fuck.
Look at this fuck.
Away from
Oh,
him.
man. You don't remember.
Meanwhile, I love to hug and kiss him right now.
Right behind you. Go ahead.
Ted Kennedy.
Oh, tell the Ted Kennedy story.
We're walking down the street. There's like 6 of us. I'm in front all the time, eyes open, going. He's behind talking. We're walking, and Ted Kennedy walks out of the Pompeii with a bunch of like Secret Service undercover. They're supposed to be, but you know who they are. Meeting, and they come right up to me, and I'm looking at all these guys in suits. And they're like, "Hey, you want to meet Senator Ted Kennedy?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "What do we want to meet him for?" We just kept walking. And as we're walking away, I'm like, wow, look, Secret Service just introduced a bunch of convicted murderers to a senator. I'm like, wow, this
That's
is insane.
fucking hilarious.
They can't get close to him, but I was just next to a senator.
What the fuck? That is funny. You just
So funny.
you never
Oh,
know,
man.
man. You never know who you talking to.
That is hilarious.
We were the premiere once, and you guys remember Danny Aiello.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
Great actor.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're standing in the corner. We're all in suits, and we're in the lobby. I think it's either before or after the movies, but we were invited to the premiere. So he's out there, and he's holding court. People are around him. Guy comes walking in the door. He sees us, but he's got to walk past Aiello. And he's got people around him. He's saying, this guy makes a commotion. He's, oh my God, look who's here. He starts walking towards Danny Aiello turned around to hug him. He walked right past him and came to us. I felt embarrassed for the guy.
Oh my God,
But
that
we
would
were
be
like
so.
that. We were neighborhood celebrities. We had that,
Yeah.
treated well. You missed that a little bit, and I going to what I like. I enjoyed making the money. I was a bookmaker. I was like a little bit of a mad scientist. I felt like I was Lefty Rosenbaum. From I had all the information. We had different gadgets before computers. The beeper, the ticker tape coming from Vegas. It was very exciting. And at a young age, I was making a lot of money. That's what I enjoyed, and I'm not ashamed of that. It wasn't like it's gambling. They do it everywhere. Half of the states it's legal now. So I'm not ashamed of that. I was good at it, and I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of okay for people that like me? I'm not fully aware like what the bookkeeping is, or not bookkeeping, bookmaking.
In the old days, you had telephone set up. You had your board set up with the point spreads for every game. Like say the Red Sox are playing the Yankees, or football, the Cowboys are playing the Eagles. People bet on those games. Mm-hmm. And just like in Las Vegas, we brokered the bets. They call us and we write the action. And if you had a big business, you were writing, literally millions of dollars in action a year. And if you do it right, you're going to make, at least 10% if you do it right. So, and for the most part, I did it right. Now there's computers and you can bet online and everything. So it's not really the same. But there's still a lot of people making money with it.
Oh yeah. Oh sure. There's always going to be. There's always gamblers. There's always vices.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we used to live off, Larry. People's vices.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We got to admit that.
What did Al Capone say? I'm a businessman. I give the people what they want.
One.
So I'm in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's right.
So when some of this stuff was made legal, I assume that it kind of impacted what you guys were doing?
Some of it, the numbers hurt. Okay, because when like every 7-Eleven.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. This clip came from one of my interviews I did in the past. Please hit subscribe if you want to get more clips like this. Also, if you want to watch the full interview, I'll put a link in the description. Or you can hit the button on the screen to watch the full interview.